Emerson gonna clear Mayato. Not gonna go low. He's gonna try and fake the 48. Travato using the inside lane. Mayato now up half a groove. The second position was for his first race. And hard contact. Mayato up in the air, up on the hood, on top of the Geico machine. All over his back bumper. He's gonna have to be very tactical with his moves. Oh, and hard under braking. Travato nearly locked it up there. St. Bear's big slide out of turn number 1. Here comes Chris Samar, Kevin Cornelius. They're going to make a charge in the third lane. Is it too little, too late? Are they going to have the run out of turn number 4? Mark Emerson down low. They're all going to wreck. Dennis Faircloth in the lead right now. Here comes Nick Gardner. Hello and welcome to the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series live tonight from Las Vegas for the Simulators Anonymous 187, race number 2 of the chase for the championship here in the Cup Series. Drivers going to be fighting to gain a few points here on Zach Carr, who comes in your points leader into tonight's race. The 27 machine has been on fire this season, nearly capturing the win at the chase opener last week at Daytona, but found himself getting a top 5 in the end and extending his points lead. Going to be a very fun one here tonight. This mile-and-a-half racetrack, 125 laps, a total of 187.5 miles. The distance, barring any overtime. You never know, we might get a few of those here. This is race 14 of 20 this season. Forward to a good one here in the desert, as it is also a special paint scheme night. So drivers sporting their favorite racing or favorite video game paint scheme. So you'll see a few out here. We'll try and go through a few of them. Dallas Sullivan on screen right now, running the old NASCAR racing paint scheme there. And he is going to be up there in the voting form. If you go to the link in the video description, as well as the link in chat, you can vote for your top 3 favorite paint schemes of the night. And whoever wins that vote is going to get a nice little bonus payout after the race. So a fun thing they like to do here in this league, along with a lot of other bonuses. Each race has its own bonus. Race is that special paint scheme, so we'll try and get as many of those up on screen as we can to show you who's running special ones out here. But they are in the qualifying session. Before we jump to the timing and scoring, let's take a look at the points coming into the race. Which are oh so important. At this point in the season, Zach Carr, 4-time race winner, finds himself atop the board there with AJ Travato, also a 4-time winner, 20 points behind him. Already the deficit growing after week 1 of the chase. Seth Hatchell, 2-time race winner, just a couple points back of Travato, and then you got to go about 10 more points to Angelo Ronas, Keith Mayato, Eric Hutton, making up the top 6. Ryan Gemmel, Chris Samard, a race winner this season. Reggie Ortega in 9th. Dennis Faircloth, Dallas Sullivan, Kenny Bishop. So that is going to be the top 12 at the moment. It's pretty wide open. If Zach Carr has a couple of bad races, it's going to be even that much more wide open. So let's take a look at the qualifying times. Mayato was fastest in practice. Right now, Seth Hatchell, 2-time in a row champion, currently sitting atop the scoring pylon here. As you see, Mayato with his special paint scheme, the old RC Pro-Am video game, I believe, on the old Super Nintendo. Keith said that he played this game a lot growing up, and he's got that on his race car. That car going out here trying to get some more practice in like he often does. Chris Samard, a race winner back at Michigan. The Days of Thunder paint scheme. Real big fan of that one. He's 6th currently scored. Reggie Ortega pulls it in the pits. Ryan Gemmel in the Need for Speed Most Wanted number 6 car. Working his way around here on lap number 1. He was also pretty quick in the practice session. We want to welcome like Robert Gilmore as well as Eric Lambert in the chat here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I know they are running special paint schemes. Eric Lambert, let's get a good look at his. I know he wanted a shout out of this one. His son is currently on a big Sonic kick, and he's got him on the hood there in place of Sonic. He's running that Sonic the Hedgehog paint scheme. Nice looking car there. Of course, you can vote for him and so many others. Timmy Emanuele in the Witcher paint scheme. He gets a little loose there in 3 and 4, and that is going to be a common sight tonight. And he's actually going to end up losing that race car. Goes around. I know Robert Gilmore's running a special scheme for Diablo. 42, I believe, a special paint scheme. Gemmel jumps to 5th on the leaderboard. AJ Stravato currently trying to get a rhythm down here. And Baffert in the Tesla machine. Looks like he is not going to get a lap time in, or actually, no, he will. He'll jump to 6th on the board, so good lap there for him. Get 20 qualifiers already. I do know Dennis Faircloth has a special paint scheme, throwing it back to Gran Turismo. Alan Dice running a Halo car. Zach Smith running Rocket League machine. So, of course, go vote for your favorites. We'll get a chance to view a couple more of those here as we are headed to the drivers meeting. 20 out of 29 drivers have taken a lap time, and they will miss their opportunity if they don't take it here in the next few seconds. They will head to that drivers meeting. So we'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors here tonight. Go through the starting lineup.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying, to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every third Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing with specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
Shot at it, I think, and right now Stravato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn one. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
These two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
Back at the racetrack now, about to get things underway from Las Vegas in the Simulators Anonymous 187. Base race number 2 in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series. Go to our starting lineup here for tonight's race. On the pole, it's going to be Seth Hatchell capturing a very valuable bonus point and looking for his 3rd win of the season and 3rd championship in a row if he can do it this season. Keith Mayato going to roll off alongside of him. Then it's going to be AJ Stravato in row number 2. Zach Carr going to be rolling off from the 4th position alongside him. And then it's going to be Ryan Gemmel rolling off from the 5th spot. Ben Baffert starting in 6th here tonight. Seth Noel going to be starting from the 6th position. Cosman rolling off from 8th position here tonight. Chris Samard going to be starting in the 9th spot. Eric Hutton rounds out the top 10. In 11th here, it's going to be Nick Starling in the Mario GameStop machine. Another one of the video game paint schemes out here. And then Kyle McGarvey, the 42 car, he'll roll off from 12th in the classic Daytona USA number 42 machine. Jeremy Stanley rolls off from the 13th position here tonight. Reggie Ortega to his outside, he'll start in 14th. Angelo Ronas will start from 15th. Dennis Faircloth going to start in the 16th position, not yet gridded up here. 17th will be Dallas Sullivan, that NASCAR racing machine. Eric Lambert in the Sonic car, he'll roll off from 18th. Kevin McGarvey in the Bioshock number 77, he'll start from 19th. Timmy Emanuele in the Witcher car, he'll roll off from 20th. Jeremiah Vincent starts in the 21st spot here tonight. And 22nd, James Loveland for Team Red Speed makes a return here. 23rd is going to be Kenny Bishop. 24th, Alan Dice, the Halo car. Jordan Shepler, 25th. 26th, Zach Smith in the Rocket League machine. TJ Brendel, 27th. And Robert Gilmore in the Diablo number 40. He'll round out the field tonight in 28th position. So a good size field for these drivers out here. And let's take a quick look at the weather. 79 degree air temp, 81 degree track temp, and that's going to continue to drop as the sun sets here. Should be a lot of fun. Who's your favorite driver in the field? Who's got your favorite paint scheme out here in this beautiful set of race cars? It'll be a good one here in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series. Thank you for joining us on VSPEED and hope you enjoy. Make sure to cheer on your favorite driver. We'll follow along with them throughout the race. Go vote for your favorite paint scheme there at the link in the chat. Very important to do so. These guys have a few bucks on the line for that, and I know there's been some hard work put in for those paint schemes. So let's see who can get lucky and roll the dice here in Vegas. It's going to be Seth Hatchell, Keith Maotto, the VSPEED teammates leading us to the green flag. Here we go, a little jump there on the outside lane. Keith Maotto gets across the stripe first. He's going to lead the field down into turn number 1. Hatchell on that inside lane, not yet able to fight back, but he'll have the shorter route, and they are still working up to speed. The danger zone is going to be down here in turn number 3. We'll keep a good eye on the field. There's been drivers struggling with a loose entry condition as they work their way down into the corner. The top 4 doing just a fine job. But Nick Starling looks a little bit squirrely down there on the inside. He's going to lose some ground. Everybody else keeps it together. And no issues here on lap 1 as Maotto takes the lead at the line. He'll get that bonus point. Hatchell fighting back down low. Everybody makes it through turn 3 for the moment. No cars sliding around, so great job there. Hatchell losing some ground, though. Here comes Zach Carr on the outside. Maotto was quickest in practice and second here in qualifying. And now he's got the lead by a few car lengths over these two who have been top contenders for the championship all season. How about Ben Baffert up here in the top 5, right in front of AJ Stravato, the 4-time race winner, as they head into turn number 3 again. It is Maotto getting up in front of Zach Carr, who had a bit of draft closed in there and to lose a couple car lengths through the corner, trying to regroup and refocus forward to battle for that top spot. Seth Noel, who's finished runner-up so many times in his short career here in the league, going to be looking for his first race win. And one of the fastest in practice as well, right now running 7th. Farther back side-by-side battle, Reggie Ortega, Jeremy Stanley. Reggie, one of the playoff driver or chase drivers. Be working that top side. We'll see what he can do up there. And right up against the outside barrier. Keeps it clear though, and he is going to get around the 60, move him to 13th. Up from the 14th starting spot right in front of him. Angelo Ronas, another chase driver who's had a great season. Actually comes in here 4th in points. He's averaging a top 10. Very, very successful season so far. He's had a couple runner-ups that have been a bit heartbreaking, but either way, you know he's looking for that first win tonight. As Kyle McGarvey, Dallas Sullivan fighting back here, and there's Dennis Faircloth, the Gran Turismo. That is a prize car, I think, that's in Gran Turismo 5 is what it's themed after. And he is running up there by the outside wall, almost gets that paint scheme a little scraped up, but no problems. As everybody's still rolling out here, 28 drivers in the field. Everybody's still moving along nice and well as the top 3 have broken away. Hatchell trying to track down Zach Carr and Keith Maotto. It is AJ Stravato now gotten around Ben Baffert, moved him to 4th. Baffert back to 5th. Gemmel behind them in 6th, looking for his first win in some time. Had some good runs this season and also been one of the most consistent drivers, currently averaging an 11.4 far this season. No race wins yet, but up here battling with the big boys as usual. Eric Hutton, who finished 2nd last week, be rolling here in 8th as they are side by side in front of him. Baffert up high, a little bit squirrely out of the corner there. Seth Noel trying to make ground back up. And Gemmel trying to make some moves here and march forward a few spots after losing a few in these opening laps. But this is a view out the back window of Keith Mayato. Zach Carr is right there behind him. Here, not a whole lot of lifting. Side by side, Baffert and Noel, the battle for 5th position. Things are pretty well settled out here. I'm very surprised by this. I know I saw a lot of chaos early on in the practice session with drivers losing it on this end of the racetrack, but it's tightened up for these guys, that is for sure. The top 3 running away. Stravato already 2.5 seconds back in 4th, 10 laps in, and he might be biding his time, saving his stuff. Setting up for the long run here, because it's looking to be that type of a race. Seth Noel starting to make his move back to the front. And this is actually a special paint scheme for him as well, throwing back to his time in NASCAR 14, where he would run the Kevin Harvick, Jimmy John's machine. So he's running that here tonight as an homage to his time in NASCAR 14. And he is going to get right around AJ Stravato, sends it to the bottom, and Stravato up high. Contest right there, as these 5 have settled single file and maybe going to work together to catch the top 3. Stravato starting to go the wrong direction though. Baffert works underneath. The battle now for 5th again. AJ trying to use that top side, but just not a lot of speed up there right now. As here comes Chris Simard into the picture here, the Days of Thunder car. So the top 3 have broken away, and then it's nose to tail. Seth Noel back to Chris Simard. Then about another second back to Angelo Ronis, as we saw a teammate battle actually starting to develop right there. Gemmel up the racetrack. Here comes Samar now looking to the inside. And up at the front, battle for the lead. Zach Carr now works to the outside of Mayato. Might try and side draft him here. Mayato leads at the line, but I think maybe the advantage here to the 27 goes up to the top side. Mayato working down low, trying to keep that thing pinned down there, but looks like the 27 is going to have the advantage into turn number 3. They are going to race through the corner there side by side, as I think it's getting a little bit tight, almost into the wall for Zach Carr. He had to lift just a little bit, but he'll have the lead at the line. It's a good battle for the race lead right now. He's Zach all the way up by that outside barrier. Mayato's actually going to get a really good run that end of the racetrack, and this is bringing Hatchell right up to them. Mayato down low. Here comes Hatchell. He's going to work the inside lane as well. I think they're trying to keep those cars nice and loosened up, but here comes Zach Carr. Big run on the top side. It's going to be a dead heat at the line. Not sure. Maybe Zach Carr by a couple thousandths right there. Now that the teammates are down low, maybe a little draft help at that point. Side by side, farther back for 4th, Seth Noel, Ben Baffert. And they're closing in as those leaders battle. Looking a little bit like a super speedway race out here right now, except with a bit of separation. As Mayato with the advantage at the moment, he's going to lead at the line this time. So that's how close it is. They just keep trading lap times a few hundredths of a second. Mayato has to back up the corner on entry now. He's got to avoid slipping up into the 27, both these guys. Looking for a championship this season. Mayato is looking for a race win this season. He did win the All-Star race. Has not won a points-paying race so far here in 2022. Right up against the wall there for Zach Carr. He will clear and now sends it down to the apron. Mayato give him that room, and now Zach Carr to the point with control of this race, potentially going to run away. Seth Hatchell right here in 3rd behind his teammate. Battle is on behind Ben Baffert. As Samard trying to work his way forward. I know he was focused on saving tires during qualifying and practice sessions over the last few days. He is closing in on AJ Stravato, who is 4 spots back from where he started in 3rd. So Stravato struggling a little bit here on the short run, but maybe saving stuff for the long run. There's the top 3 as they race on by, and then about 5 or 6 cars under a blanket. Then a little farther back here, Dennis Faircloth working the top side. He'll move to 14th, up 2 spots from 16th. And he'll get that position from Dallas Sullivan, who falls to 15th now. Drivers a little bit farther back, having unusually slow days here. Kenny Bishop, back in 26th, started 23rd. I wonder if he caught the outside wall already here. But he's a driver up there in the chase and really needs a lot of points. Right now, he is not going to be earning that many. James Loveland back here, 23rd after starting 22nd. James really a long-run guy. He is saving his stuff, I think. But really far off the race leaders right now. Jeremiah Vincent in 19th, racing with Kyle McGarvey. Jeremiah started 21st. He is moving forward a little bit here, but not as quick as I'm sure he would like. And this is a pretty green flag type event. To keep an eye on that 9 car to try and race his way forward. Zach Carr now working up to a half-second race lead over Keith Mayato and Seth Hatchell. That battle a little farther back, still raging on. Chris Samard working underneath the 33 of AJ Stravato. Oh, and really tight out of the corner there. Almost get together. Maybe a little contact. Are getting really tight there for Chris Samard. Almost washed right up, shoved Stravato close to the outside wall. I think AJ may give him some space here to maybe take the spot away. It looks like he can slide up and clear, and AJ gonna pull a little crossover move. Try and get back underneath here in turns 3 and 4. Chris going to try and keep it wound up here on the top side. Got to be very careful. They exit the corner. He is going to have the advantage. Now Stravato losing ground. Here comes Gemmel, going to work around the top side. Angelo Ronas closes in behind them as well. Oh, very close right here. Stravato right on the back bumper of Gemmel, the Need for Speed most wanted car. As these two battle for 4th. Seth Noel, Ben Bafford. The more they race like this, the less time they gain. Noel, though, great run out of turn 4. He's going to go right on by to 23. Here comes Bafford now, going to try and send it back to the inside. Not going to be close enough, though. Zach Carr pulling away. 9/10 now the advantage for the 27. As they are racing single file from about 4th all the way back to Nick Starling in 13th. That whole line of race cars, the first side-by-side battle. Gonna be a bit farther back here, but Dennis Faircloth not quite close enough to Dallas Sullivan, who's gotten back past him. And Eric Lambert having a strong day so far, 16th position, up from 18th with the Hunter the Hedgehog machine. Eric's really had a bit of a breakout season, was 14th in the standings at the end of the regular season, not in the chase. But really the best that he has performed in his career here. Again by his teammate now, Dennis Faircloth. Loses a position. He's gotten the wall, though, in that 80 car. And he's going to have some trouble here, and he's going to probably continue to go the wrong direction. Still battling for 4th. Seth Noel. Bafford tries to get a nose in into turn 3. Not there, though. Might just be there at the exit of 4, though. Noel right up against the wall. Here comes Hutton. He'll have a pretty good run on these two. stops coming in just a little bit, probably around lap 45, 50, maybe farther than that. Don't think they can quite go to halfway, though. The Cosman working that top side in the 48 car. Gets a little bit sideways, but he gets around AJ Servato. AJ really having some trouble here in his first stint. Not exactly sure what's going on with the 33, but he has dropped from 3rd to 11th. Perhaps just burning the front tires off that race car. As Reggie Ortega, his teammate, closes up, that's going to be the battle for 11th. But AJ, second in points, really needs to do a bit better than this. His teammate up there in the race lead, driving away with it at the moment. Otto with cleaner air now that he's gotten a bit of distance between himself and the 27 and the 8 car of Hatchell, starting to fall off behind him. See if Mayato is able to reel him back in. He's running a pretty good lap this time around. See what the lap times are at the stripe. Difference about 300ths. Mayato quicker there. Hatchell actually fastest on the racetrack. Runs at 31.31. Mayato 31.36 and Zach Hart 31.40. The gap continuing to grow. Car really not a lot of pressure, and what he's been good at, building a lead and holding it. Winningest driver here over the last 2 seasons. Up just 1 position short of the championship to Seth Hatchell last season. But looking like Zach Carr could be the favorite here in race number 2 of the chase. We're going to go to a quick side-by-side commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every 3rd Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Watch your Element sign reading weekly on Sailor Tarot Magic's YouTube to answer all of your love and career questions. Call to schedule your personal reading at 732-314-0777.
Hard racing back here just inside the top 10 as Eric Hutton now feeling the pressure. Servato maybe starting to make his moves back forward, but not quite where he wants to be at this point in the race. 37 laps down here in the Simulators Anonymous 187 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And right now it is all Zach Carr out in front, 1.1 seconds in front of Pete Mayato. Seth Hatchell rides in the 3rd position. They're spaced out pretty well. Seth Noel's broken away from the 2nd group. And then it is Chris Simard and Ryan Gemmel. Look at this. Almost a little touch of the wall there for Eric Hutton. These guys racing it up here. Ben Bafford in the 7th position with a bit of rear end and right side damage. Angelo Ronas has marched forward. Here comes Stravato back to the inside, nearly 3 wide. Hutton trying to find a way forward on that top side, right to the back bumper of Angelo Ronas. Keep our eye on all of this action back here. These are the only guys racing for position, really. Pretty good stuff back here, side by side. Stravato has gained a few spots here in the last couple laps, but he has saved his tires, and that's kind of what I suspected, but he's lost a lot of time in the process. 5.2 seconds behind his teammate Zach Carr, so there's going to be a trade-off for saving. Trying to march back forward. He's lost spots here. Ortega and Hutton side by side, and Ronas, Stravato side by side. Gemmel and Simard using a little bit of team drafting here, potentially. Simard up to P5 after starting in 9th. Good run for him. The race winner back at Michigan. Teammate Gemmel, also a race winner here in this league at Michigan, but that was a few seasons ago. Looking for his first win in season 2. All the way in season 5 right now. But getting close to where he started the event tonight. Back forward here, Ronas and Stravato have switched sides. Now Stravato to the top, Ronas down low. Reggie Ortega looking to shoot the middle, maybe. Gonna get right to the right rear as Angelo down low, a bit slow. I thought he was almost bringing it to pit road there. Reggie pinched him down, and there goes Ortega now to 9th. And Stravato just about clear of Bafford. I think he will get him here. Yep, gets him in turn 1. Osmond's in the mix here too, trying to fight up into the top 10. There's Nick Starling as well. Guys are going at it here from about 7th through 13th in the hot zone all race long. Out in front, Zach Carr. He's closing in on Robert Gilmore, who's at the tail of the field, 28th position. You're about 43 laps in. Gilmore looks like he might be losing the lead lap. Work back towards the stripe. He's up on the top side. A little right side scuff on that Diablo machine. And Zach Carr will work to his inside and put the number 40 a lap down. Jordan Shepler, next one up the road. About 7 seconds in front of the 27. My auto about 1.2. He's maintained this now for about 10 laps. Hatchell right here, 2.2 back. He's distantly about a 10th off of the race leader, and Seth Noel starting to close in. The two sets have been around each other so much these few races that Seth Noel's been here. Now Gemmel gets around the 37 of Simard. He'll move into the top 5 once again. Simard to 6th after starting 9th. Stravato closing in on both of them. Riding in 7th at the moment. No side by side other than potentially Angelo Ronas and Cosman. We'll see if they can get racing here. Nick Starling in the 12th. Goes Cosman, gonna make the move down to the inside of Ben Baffert. Has to lift a bit, try and side draft him down the backstretch, but not able to get alongside into turn 3. Baffert gonna take that inside away. That'll really make Cosman have to lift. But a good run out of 4. He's gonna be right there. Maybe a little tap to the 23. See how Ben feels about that. It's a good racing so far out here. It's been a little bit single file towards the front, but these guys, this mid-pack, they have been going at it all race long. You'll see a bit more of this tonight if you join us for VSPEED After Dark. Dirt racing from Lanier in the dirt street stocks. We're on our Twitch channel. Make sure to tune in after the broadcast here as drivers bringing it to pit road. Mayato brings it in. Brings Seth, Noel, and a few others with him, like Gemmel, Samard, Robert Gilmore, and Dennis Faircloth just working off of pit road. But does Zach Carr respond here? He's going to have to think about it, and he late on the brakes. Good job, though, getting slowed up. As Hatchell bringing in with him. And Reggie Ortega as well. So these guys must be right at the edge of the fuel range. Close to 50 laps. Jeremy Stanley's going to stay out. Will he lead a lap? Not quite, but he'll take the race lead. Jeremiah Vincent also won. Save fuel and try pit strategy. He'll stay out an extra lap or two. Max Smith, he'll stay out. Loveland, Timmy Emanuele gonna stay out as well. He's gonna cycle into fourth for the moment. Hatchell, that car just rolling here. Here is Mayato gonna be as he works down towards turn number 1. There is Zach Carr just exiting pit, or actually that, I believe, yes, that is Zach Carr. And here comes the 36, gonna power around the outside, and he'll take over the net lead, but a few cars still yet to bring it in. You know, everybody's brought it in. Jeremiah Stanley brings it in. Jeremiah Vincent, Max Smith, Timmy Emanuele. So Mayato will cycle back to the race lead now. That car just about 8/10 back from him, but a lap fresher tires. We'll see what that does for him. Samard also pitting on the same lap as his teammate. I think some issues for Gemmel, possibly. He's got some right side damage. Did he have problems getting off of pit road? Oh boy, big problems. What happened here? Oh, we lost the back end and tried to correct it, and real delayed steering. Oh man, huge hit for the 6. Well, it's going to be a rough rest of the night for Ryan, looking for that first win this season. After being up there in the top 5, it's going to be a long rest of the night. Not quite halfway in this one. As Mayato is cycled out to the race lead, Zach Carr 3/4 of a second, and then 4.2 seconds back to Hatchell, who had a long pit stop and not great time on pit road. Seth Noel behind him, didn't really gain much on him though, just 4/10. And a much worse outlap there for Noel as Samard and Starling have moved up to 5th and 6th. How about Nick Starling? Great pit cycle for him. Must have had a really nice outlap. He's gotten around AJ Servato, Hutton, Baffert, Reggie Ortega, Angelo Rodas, all of those drivers that he was behind out in front of. So all those guys getting shuffled back. Race lead starting to shrink here is Zach Carr with a little draft off of Keith Mayato. Keith maybe saving his stuff a little bit better on this run. See if he learned anything. Zach Carr took that lead away and drove away, and he is closing up right now. Get harder and harder as he gets the back bumper of the 36, though. Hatchell still well behind those guys. Oh, maybe a car in the wall there. The 34 of TJ Brendel. Big hit. Maybe same. Oh, man, that's a huge hit. We'll look at what happened here to him. up there on the top side. Gets the back end around. Oh, gets Reggie Ortega possibly. And a huge hit across the wall. Ortega, he'll have right front damage now. The lift big time, lost a lot of ground, and he's got damage too, so. The double whammy for Reggie Ortega, who falls to 12th. Been a very consistent driver this season, multiple runner-ups. Dallas Sullivan right there behind him. Having a strong night, up 4 positions to 13th. An eye on this race lead battle. Zach Carr, who's led more than half the laps. Mayado's led the other amount of laps here. Guys now grouped right up, 4.2 seconds up the road from Hatchell. Samard, Seth, Noel. Samard's actually gotten around Noel. And they're right there in front of the lap car of Timmy Emanuele. Gemmel's taking it behind the walls, so not going to be the night that he was hoping for, that is for sure. But nice looking race car. You can vote for him, maybe cheer him up in that way. I think he's currently leading that vote. Wait and see how things cycle out at the end of the voting. Is at the front, Mayado and Zach Carr side by side, racing hard here through turns 3 and 4. For Zach, an extra or a lap less on the tires. But how about Keith Mayado? Maybe saving a little bit. Had the clean air, he had the advantage. Make Zach Carr work a little bit to get that race lead. Guys, dead even here as they exit turn number 2. Carr with the advantage into turn number 3. Keith just not able to match up to the speed of that 27. He'll settle into second. And Hatchell closed up a few tenths as they were racing it up there. So exactly what he wanted, but he needed them to keep racing. He's still 4 seconds back. As Noel and Samard have swapped positions again. Did Chris Samard catch the outside wall? No, his car still looks good. These guys should be racing back to around lap 96 or so before they start to make their pit stops. Votto's worked up to 6th now. Hutton into 7th. Nick Starling back to 8th spot. Really a good night for Nick, who kind of specializes sometimes in these unusual types of races. Car handling a little bit differently than normal. So you can see quite a spread in terms of lap times here. Or in terms of time in the top 10. Ben Bafford, 13.2 seconds back. Got all that right side damage, and he is getting worked over now by Angelo Ronis. To the inside, Bafford almost into the wall again. From all the way down the racetrack there, and shut the door on Angelo. Maybe about strategy. I'm interested to see if Tire might. Two-tire call towards the end of this race could win someone. This race often will come down to fuel mileage. Las Vegas is weird in that case. I've been a part of many races where fuel mileage was a big factor in what determined the race winner. Another factor here tonight. They're going to be right at the edge of it. Could be good though, but we might see some drivers try and short pit here on the second stop and maybe just squeak out enough to the end, or maybe they'll pit late in the cycle. That car is starting to stretch that lead again. He's got some lap traffic up in front. TJ Brendel, I think that's Robert Gilmore as well. Those guys, I think on the same lap. Could also be someone else on the racetrack. Not exactly sure. We Brendel, and then yeah, that is Robert Gilmore. Lap machines already both at least 1 lap down. Robert Gilmore 2 laps down. He had a long pit stop getting some of that damage repaired, so work to do for him. He's going to be hoping for a few quick yellow flags, but doesn't look like we're going to be getting them here tonight. It is pretty stretched out. Zach Carr 7/10 up the road from Mayato. Hatchell 4.2 back. Next battle for position, Simard and Noel. Pretty much nose to tail, 4th and 5th. Simard having a great night. But this going on about 7 seconds behind the race leader, so they need a caution as well. We could very well go the entire distance tonight. Green flag side by side, Hutton and Starling. Nothing doing right there. Nick Starling going to try and set him up here out of turn number 4. Hutton been very good on these 1.5 miles, just doesn't quite have it here tonight, it looks like. Running in the top 10, though, what he needs to do to stay in contention. The fight for a championship. He is still a good distance back coming into the race. That is true, War Bovine. Your mileage may vary as we are right near or right at the halfway point. It is Zach Carr leading, and we'll do a field rundown. Things have pretty much settled out here. Zach Carr, he's led 44 laps, started 4th, running in the race lead. Mayato started 2nd, running 2nd, led 21 laps. Hatchell started on the pole, led 1 lap and running in 3rd. Seth Noel started 7th, he's running in 4th. Demard behind him started 9th, running in 5th. Scrivato started 3rd, he is back in 6th. Starting to close in on those drivers in front of him. Hutton started 10th, running 7th. Nick Starling started 11th, running 8th. Cosman started in the 8th position, running in 9th. Good night for him, no problem so far. Angelo Rona started 15th, up 10th. Pretty big mover there, one of the biggest movers. Ben Bafford started 6th, back to 11th. He's got a lot of right side damage. Reggie Ortega up 2 spots to 12th. Dallas Sullivan up 4 spots to 13th right now. Rick Lambert, strong night for him. Started 18th, running 14th. Jeremiah Vincent up 6 spots from 21st and 15th. Jeremy Stanley, 13th, led a lap tonight, so there's a bonus point for him. Running in 16th, Alan Dice, started 24th. Running in 17th, I believe he is the biggest mover so far. James Loveland started 22nd, running 18th and marching forward. Dennis Faircloth started 16th. He's got right side damage, running 19th. Kevin McGarvey rounds out the top 20. And everybody else off the lead lap. Zach Smith down 1 lap right here, running behind Chris Simard. Jimmy Emanuele 22nd, Kenny Bishop 23rd, TJ Brendel 24th, and Robert Gilmore, last car on the racetrack, 25th. Jordan Shepler, Kyle McGarvey, and Ryan Gemmel round out the field, and they are off the racetrack. So no real battles to speak of. Noel and Simard nose to tail. And Nick Starling, Eric Hutton nose to tail as well, but nobody's really making any moves. It's pretty settled out. I guess Reggie Ortega, Ben Bafford, both damaged. You've got Dallas Sullivan, who's running a bit faster than both of those cars, reeling them in, and this could be another solid top 10 race for Dallas. Got a little work to do to get up there to Angelo, but a really great season, breakout season for Dallas Sullivan, and a lot to be proud of so far. You know, here in the chase, he's looking at a top 10 points finish potentially. Just continue to run consistently top 13, 14. He has been. Welcome, Dad. Thanks for joining the race. Hope everybody's enjoying out there. Cheer on your favorite driver. Go vote for your favorite paint scheme. Link in the video description, and check out the race sponsors, Simulators Anonymous and Martin Sports. It is all Zach Carr at the moment. 1.4 seconds up the road from Keith Mayato. Be a couple cars in danger of losing the lead lap here in a short while. Dennis Faircloth, Kevin McGarvey, who are racing it up here. The simulator's anonymous drivers. 77 and the 80. They are about 5 seconds up the road from your race leader, Zach Carr. And it has been clean and green here. Just do a quick recap. No caution, 7 total lead changes. Most of those coming under the pit cycle. We have had a couple changes under green as Zach Carr has taken away from my auto twice. And the track has warmed up a couple degrees since we've started, which is interesting as sun has set here in Las Vegas. These cars and their speed around this place, they are heating it up. That car continuing to close in on those lap machines. That could provide an opportunity for my auto to close back in. It's just, it's not happening right now. Zach Carr, fresher tires by 1 lap. And he is just driving away here from the VSPEED teammates. Facing it up back here. Bravado has caught the outside wall. The 33 pushing hard. Lose some ground. He gets passed up by the 88 of Eric Hutton. And here comes Nick Starling into the picture as well. Nick with a fantastic race tonight. Started 11th, but he's been up here battling with these guys for the majority of this race. Something about this next-gen car and these 1.5 miles, he's performed very well in these races. I know he missed a lot. He was moving. And I think he's only been 7 of the 13 races. The 2 top 10s in that time, and looking at another one here tonight. Really good run for him, and he could have had a couple more. I think of a couple races where he was running up there in the top 10 and maybe had some problems. The driver closing in on that group of race cars. Cosman in 9th, continuing to march his way back forward. We'll run through the points again as they entered into tonight's race. Zach Carr, the 4-time race winner, leading this one. AJ Servato with problems here on this run, running in 8th. Maybe about to lose a spot to Cosman, fall to 9th. Hatchell running in 3rd, doing what he needs to do to try and keep that margin around where it is. Angelo Ronis running in the 10th position. Keith Mayato running in 2nd. Eric Hutton running in 6th. Ryan Gemmel is off the racetrack. He's going to come home last tonight in 28th. Very big hit for him. Samard running in 5th. Ortega running in 11th. Dennis Faircloth currently finds himself in 20th. Not the night he needed. Dallas Sullivan having a strong night, running 13th. Kenny Bishop also not his best performance. 23rd, 1 lap down. Problems for him so far in this one. So that's how your chase drivers stack up tonight here at Las Vegas. That car has gotten around Dennis Faircloth now. Put him a lap down. Kevin McGarvey just a couple seconds more up the road. Danger of losing that lap here. Might have just caught the wall as Zach Carr closing in. Big run for the 27. Be able to lap him here. They work through turns 1 and 2. 77 keeps it up high. Zach Carr works down low. And his lead now up to 2 seconds, just running away. And Keith Mayato, the RC Pro-Am machine, just not able to keep up to the pace there. And you can see how far back it is to Hatchell. Nobody's really had to roll the dice here in Las Vegas. We'll see, though, as we're about 2/3 of the way through this event. We're going to go to a quick side-by-side commercial break. We'll be right back. See how things are going.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every third Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Back at the racetrack now, it looks like Dallas Sullivan's brought it to pit road. He's going to be the first taker on this set of pit stops. A really early stop for him, but he should be able to make it the distance from here. So Dallas Sullivan, he'll do the undercut and see what he can gain from it. Meanwhile, Zach Carr continuing to extend his race lead up to 2.6 seconds over Mayato. And guys all hoping for a yellow flag. I mean, you go all the way to Nick Starling. Actually, go back to Chris Smart. He is 10 seconds behind the race leader running in fifth. It's gotten very spaced out here. These guys with no chance of a race win unless something happens to the drivers in front of them. Looks like Nick Starling will be pulling it on the pit road. Going to try the undercut here as well. Guys going to be hoping that nothing happens here. The fresh tires are really generally the problem. Dallas Sullivan actually goes 2 laps down in the process of hitting here. No speeding or anything for him, but that's how far ahead that car is for most of these drivers. He is so far up the road. Mayato, the only one in the same zip code. He is still 3 seconds back. But these two have led the majority of the laps here. Zach Carr, of course, the most laps led. Continuing to extend this race lead now up to 3 seconds. Now Reggie Ortega getting passed up by Eric Lambert. Lambert with a huge day up here into the top 10. He's had a heck of a season. Finds himself 16th in the points. He's got a top 5 and a top 10 and a pole this season. So very cool for him. Could be getting another top 10 here tonight. Reggie Ortega, that big damage on the right side has hurt him. Osman will work on the pit road now. Give up a top 10 spot. He was moving forward as well. Gotten around AJ Stravato. He'll pull to the attention of his crew. Hatchell, Noel, side by side. I think Samard has fallen off of the 29 as Noel now works into a podium position. Hatchell really falling off here as this run has gone on. Seth Noel continuing to march forward. He's close to the lap times of the top 2, but still just not quite in position to get up there and battle for a race win. Still 8 seconds back. I think too much left in this race to try a 2-tire pit stop, but remains to be seen. Baffert just brought it onto pit road as well. He works into his pit box. Dennis Faircloth. Keep an eye on a few others here. Stravato brings it in. Samard brings it in. Eric Lambert, Reggie Ortega, nose to tail. They'll bring it onto pit road. And does your race leader bring it in? Here he is now on the pit road. That car, Seth Noel will bring it in. Hatchell. Hutton gets it down to speed. Angelo Ronis going to stay on the racetrack. And he is so far back, not even able to lead the lap there. He's still got to stay out at least another lap. It will be interesting to see how everything cycles out here. Hatchell into his box. Jeremy Stanley remains on the racetrack. Jeremiah Vincent as well. Here goes Nick Starling around the outside of the 60. And no major issues. A little slow on pit road for Starling. But other than that, not really a big problem. Zach Carr will get off of pit road here. In Mayato, I think a lap before him, right? We'll see what the distance is. It's going to be a little bit closer than it was, but still going to be a little bit too far back for Mayato. He's got a little pull here from Zach Smith, who's yet to pit, running in 5th position. Here comes Angelo into his box, able to get rolling here. Mayato to Zach Carr. That distance about 1.1 seconds, so he cut it down from 3 by pitting a lap sooner, but seeing that 27 just so good on saving his tires tonight. A huge improvement over some of the races we've seen this season. Zach was looking for his 5th win of the season last week. Just got together with, I believe, Seth Noel coming to the finish and cost himself the race win. Joshua Abbey drove right on through the mess. Got the victory, his 2nd career win at Daytona. We've got Jeremy Stanley and Jeremiah Vincent both pulling on the pit road here. Zach Smith, he'll get on the pit road, and that'll hand the 3rd position to Seth Hatchell. So Hatchell with a good exchange there. Seth Noel with big problems. He may have had a major speeding penalty. He's back here in 20th. Goes from running in 3rd at the start of the pit cycle, now back to 20th, 1 lap down. Big problems for that 29 car. He's going to be out of contention without a caution. Mayato, though, he is closing up on Zach Carr. Maybe Zach's saving his stuff here early on in this run, has that advantage. Doing everything he can to close up. There's James Loveland right in front of him. James just off pit road. Going a lap down in 15th. How dominant that 27 car has been. He's putting cars now. Jeremy Stanley in 14th, a lap down. And Reggie Ortega, 25 seconds back. Ben Baffert, those guys with damage. They're 25 seconds behind here. After this race has been entirely green for over 100 laps. Nine total lead changes. Zach Carr's led a lot of these, 76 out of 102. Very dominant performance from him as Mayato 8/10 behind. He's got Jeremy Stanley between himself and the race leader. Hoping he can get by the Nerditudes Ford Mustang pretty quickly here. We'll go to the inside. Jeremy going to give him plenty of room. Should just let him right on by. He does. That actually may have helped Keith. He's up to 6/10 behind. We're hoping to get a little draft down these straightaways and just far enough back that I think he is not going to suffer from the aero push. Question is, have enough to keep up. The gap was over 3 seconds at the start of the pit cycle, and now it's just a half second. The roles are a little bit reversed. Keith has struggled to keep up with Zach Carr tonight. And the only one who's been even close, everybody else And look at Seth Hatchell, 6.6 seconds back. Samard in fourth, a great race for him. 10 seconds, now almost 11 seconds behind. How good these top two have been, just not even a contest for anybody else. Angelo Ronas gets around AJ Stravato. AJ, that right side damage hurting him now late in this race. 30 laps remaining in this one. And slow car, the 40 of Robert Gilmore. Heavy right side damage. Still running out here, 24th position after starting 28th. Currently 4 laps down. Eric Lambert here in 11th. AJ Stravato, next car up the road. 4 seconds. Those two buddies on the racetrack. And slow car right there. That could be Zach Smith. What happened to him? Oh my goodness. No yellow for this, but he lost it in 3 and 4. That could have changed everything for so many drivers. Just could not hang on. Ended up going up the racetrack, and that is amazing. Hard in the wall. No caution. Would have been a much needed one there. It's the one car of Zach Smith. Big damage, 21st position, 2 laps down. He could be in danger of losing an engine here in this race. Very similar to what we saw with Ryan Gemmel. EJ Brendel had a similar wreck to that. My auto starting to lose a little bit of ground to Zach Carr. It's up to 8/10 now. That'll be the battle for the win. If my auto can get there, Baffert looks like he is almost in the wall. And another car on the apron there. That may be Jeremy Stanley. Trying to take a look there. Oh, that is Robert Gilmore, still slow down there in the apron. That car going to get around the 23 of Baffert. A little disheartening for Baffert, who was really fast early on in this race. Started 6th. Only 13th. He's going to get lapped here by Zach Carr. And the gap now from first to second over 1.1 seconds. Seth Hatchell starting to close in a little bit, but it's going to be just too big of a distance to ever make up. Reggie Ortega, next car in line to get lapped, running in 12th. Eric Lambert and AJ Stravato in 10th, just about 9 seconds up the road from Zach Carr. I don't think that gap would be made up there. Reggie may be in danger of losing a lap here, about 4 seconds up the road. So to recap, it has been all Zach Carr and Keith Maiato. Nobody has been even in the same zip code except Seth Hatchell early on in this race. And Hatchell has not been able to keep up here on these last 2 green flag runs. It's been green the entire way. We may have our first fully green flag race of the season. 28 car field to start. We've had a few cars take it behind the wall with heavy hits to the outside safer barrier. Still 25 cars on the racetrack. Kenny Bishop, 21 laps down, actually sitting on pit road. One of our chase drivers struggles tonight. He's going to have a tough race in the points. Dennis Faircloth also on pit road for extended repairs, 24th. Drivers like Dallas Sullivan, this will be a good night for them in the points. They will not gain points on Zach Carr unless something happens here in the late moments. But Dallas, I think our biggest mover of the night, up 8 spots. Eric Lambert also big mover, up 7 positions, 11th. Baffert and Jeremy Stanley side by side. This would be for the lucky dog position. Right behind Keith Maiato in second. Reggie Ortega now going to lose a lap to his teammate. That'll put Ortega in 12th, 1 lap down, only 11 cars on the lead lap. Eric Lambert, the next one in line, about 5 seconds in front of Zach Carr. So he could very well be the last car on the lead lap here as we close this race out. Going to be 21 to go for the 27 of Zach Carr, and it has not been the most exciting race tonight. Probably from his perspective, it's been very easy. He's led so much of this one, and Keith Mato thinking, what can I do to make it up there and contend? I think it really is just going to be a yellow flag at this point. Nobody has anything for that 27 car. No real battles to speak of at the moment for position. Been a pretty great season in terms of racing. Tonight, I think the setup just a little bit too tight for these guys, and they're struggling with the dirty air. And the fresh tires being very loose in turns 3 and 4 have caught out a few drivers that would have been very competitive. So, interesting mixture of things there happening, and it's not been the most competitive at the front. There's 2 drivers really in contention for the win at this point. 7.5 seconds back to Seth Hatchell. Another 5 seconds to Chris Samard, and then another 2.5. Actually, even more than that, about 3.5 back to Eric Hutton. And 2 more seconds to Cosman. Nick Starling in 7th, almost 20 seconds behind. This is actually more akin to some of those 550 horsepower races that we saw from NASCAR a couple seasons ago. Next gen car has really performed incredibly well in real life and here on the sim. Tonight's race, a bit of an outlier, a bit of a surprise, I would say. Would have expected this to be a very tightly packed race, and then maybe top 4 or 5 start to get away. But it's not even been a contest here at the race lead. Interesting how that's shaped up. Right now, Zach Carr on the all-time wins list. Take a look here where he stacks up on the all-time wins list. Carr would, by winning this race, actually go into a 3-way tie for second most wins in the league. He tied with Keith Mato and Seth Hatchell, who are also running in the top 3. So that shows you the parity here amongst those drivers. They would all have 11 wins apiece. Zach Carr, just joining last season, won 6 races. On his way to winning what would be his 5th here, and it'll be 15 laps to go for the driver of the Creative Hemp, number 27. I know he's really happy to have them on board that car. He has brought them to victory lane, I think, a couple times now. Looking to add another one after a couple of close races the last few weeks. Mato still looking for that race win this season. He's looking like he'll come up a position short, but still not over yet. There's still opportunities for things to happen. Nick Starling and Angelo Ronis are going to start racing for position 7th and 8th. Those are about the closest cars on the racetrack. AJ Stravato and Eric Lambert getting pretty tight here. Lambert has reeled him in. It was over 3.5 seconds at one point, but the damage on AJ's car costing him about 0.3 of a second per lap. And Eric is one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car on the racetrack. So what a night for Lambert. Gonna do battle here with his buddy AJ Stravato. And up the road, Starling gonna go up the hill. There goes Angelo Ronis right on through. He'll go to 7th. Things shaping up for a couple battles here in the closing moments of this race. Nick not going to give that up easily, though, right to the back bumper of the Bernie Breakdown Chevy Camaro. We'll keep an eye on this battle also for the final position in the top 10. Eric Lambert AJ Stravato 5 seconds up the road from the race leader. AJ's not going to make it easy. He'll try and pinch Eric down. I think it's all but a done deal here, though. That damage hurting that 33 car so much. Lambert works down to the inside lane. He'll have a good run out of turn number 2. Should be able to clear into turn 3. He'll back off early, stay side by side as Stravato charges into the corner. Tight racing there. AJ up the hill out of the exit of turn 4. At the line, Eric Lambert into the top 10. He's going to clear Stravato. Incredible run tonight for Eric Lambert. Farther back, Jeremy Stanley, Reggie Ortega battling for that lucky dog spot. If something does happen here late in the going, well, these battles have settled out pretty well. Keep an eye on Lambert and Stravato, but I think AJ not going to have a real opportunity to get back and fight for that spot. Nick Starling has lost Angelo Rodas now by almost a half second. Great night for him as well. You're on your favorite driver out there for the closing moments of this race. Of course, go vote for your favorite video game paint scheme on some of these drivers' cars tonight. Keith Mayato, the RC Pro-Am, running in second. Good race for him. Lamar, the Days of Thunder machine, running in fourth. Good race for him as well. Starling in the Mario and GameStop machine in eighth. Dallas Sullivan, very impressive tonight, in ninth in the NASCAR Racing 46. Eric Lambert, the Sonic machine, in 10th. Gotta go back to Alan Dice in 18th in the Halo car. Seth Noel in his NASCAR 14. Kevin Harvick throwback in 19th after a mistake there on pit road. Jack Smith, the Rocket League machine, 21st. Robert Gilmore, Diablo machine, in 23rd. As Faircloth in the Gran Turismo number 80 car in 24th. The only drivers left on the racetrack with those video game schemes. AJ Stravato, not a common sight. Gonna go a lap down here at Las Vegas in these closing laps, leaving just 10 drivers on the lead lap. You know Eric Lambert's gonna be fighting hard to stay on that lead lap. Just a few seconds in front of Zach Carr. There he is right behind him. And it'll be 6 laps to go at the stripe. The gap 2.5 seconds back to Keith Mayato. Don't see any cautions coming out here anytime soon. The only battles for position, Reggie Ortega, Jeremiah Vincent. Maybe closing in on him. James Loveland right here as well, actually. He's had a pretty good night moving forward, up 7 spots, but just not the speed tonight to get up there in the top 10, but he's really performed admirably. Kept the car clean. And he's putting pressure on that 9 car, who shuts the door right in his face here, coming to 5 laps to go. Zach Carr across the stripe, increasing that lead by another 3/10 over Keith Mayato. And not even close. There is Eric Lambert right in front. And that gap shrinking even more. Just a couple car lengths to Zach Carr. Oh my goodness, this is very impressive. If Zach Carr can somehow lap all the way up into the top 10. Eric Lambert in 10th position, one of his best races of the season, trying to fight to stay on that lead lap. We'll see if he just gives it up here. He goes, almost catches the wall there. That car saw that. Here he goes, going to send it down to the inside. Lambert up high. Trying to keep it on the lead lap. Going to be able to hold him off for another one here. Not a battle for position, but a battle for respect probably, and he is just going to give it up, though. Doesn't want to get in the way and affect that race win Eric Lambert will go a lap down, but closes right back up to the 27. See if he tries to fight back for it here. Still opportunity to get the lucky dog if anything happens in the closing laps, but gonna be 2 to go for Zach Carr, who's dominated, getting over 100 laps tonight. A very Zach Carr kind of performance. 2 laps to go. He's just hoping for that white flag to show. Next closest battle for position, Cosman and Eric Hutton. Battle for a top 5. Hutton, who's been very strong to open the chase with the runner-up last week. Could be looking at a top 5 here tonight at Las Vegas. Quiet night for him. Started 10th, running in 5th. About 20 seconds off your race leader. Here comes Zach Carr. White flag in the air for the number 27 machine. It's been a walk in the park. The creative hemp number 27, Zach Carr, absolutely dominant fashion. Already the points leader going to extend that margin to AJ Stravato. Seth Hatchell very well may take over the second position in points. He'll come home in 3rd tonight. It's going to be Zach Carr winning at Las Vegas. The Simulators Anonymous 187, Keith Mayato, he'll finish 2nd here tonight. Seth Hatchell exiting turn 4. He'll come home with a podium finish to complete the top 3. Chris Samard, impressive race for him. He'll finish in 4th. Eric Hutton, not too far back from there. He'll finish in the top 5 to continue his great run here in the chase, continuing to make up points positions as he gets into the 29. And there's Angelo going to pile in. After the stripe, he'll finish in 6th. Angelo Ronas 7th. Nick Starling impressive in 8th. Dallas Sullivan 9th. Eric Lambert, top 10 finish for the Sonic the Hedgehog machine. We'll go through the rest of the results here as Zach Carr getting ready to burn it down from Las Vegas. Congrats to him on his 5th win of the season. The number 27 car. We'll be back to interview him and the top 3 in just a few moments. And then keep an eye out. The VSPEED After Dark session going to be going up here very soon. And we'll be announcing that here right after the break.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every 3rd Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Back at the racetrack now, going to be pulling in our race winner here tonight, and that is Zach Carr. Zach Carr, Adam in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
I have a copy.
Hey man, has it ever been easier to win a race? Man, what a dominating performance here in Las Vegas. after coming up just a little bit short last week at Daytona to kick things off in the chase. You get it done here tonight, and talk about this one. Probably not too much to say.
I still feel a little bad after last week with Seth there. I hate how that finished, but hey, we're here at Vegas now, and yeah, it was a long race, especially when it goes green like that. I forgot to turn on a fan, so I kind of drenched myself there, but yeah, the car drove good. It was just kind of tight in the mid-run, really loose in 3 and 4 on the short run there. You just have to kind of pedal it in 3 and 4. That's why when Keith got by me there after the first pit cycle, I was just like, you know what, we're just gonna have to make sure I don't wreck it. So. But yeah, once we got back by him, it was just kind of smooth sailing with the tires set in, and you just kind of have to run. I'd say there's only maybe 2 lanes that really work here with this car, at least tonight. You could run the top, but I felt like it burned the tires off, and there wasn't much to gain with it. So you just kind of had to run your line, just maneuver traffic, and just hopefully see that checkered flag at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm sure you were hoping that it just stayed green there like it did all race long, and you got back to the white flag, and huge advantage there, and really no contest around you. But man, what a start to the chase. A top 5 last week, a win here tonight, and we go to Watkins Glen. I know you're pretty solid at the road courses from what I've seen in the past. How do you feel about going out there for race 3?
Watkins, if we was old Watkins Glen, I tell you right now, I'd not be happy at all, because that's just another road course for me. Then it doesn't really, the old one didn't drive like a normal road course like the other newer ones. But now that we're going to the new one, I did some laps when we first got there, and I think my Watkins Glen game stepped up a bit. So we'll just have to see, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely a great track. I love the smooth surface there and the new scan. But looking forward to seeing what you can do there in race 3. But a win here tonight, leading 110 laps. The only guy in the same ballpark was Keith Mayato here tonight. But man, you dominated. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, you guys for broadcasting, sponsors for the league, help us put this on. League owners, all those guys, especially for what's coming up next season. Sounds like it's gonna be a good season. Obviously, got to thank my teammates. They're always here with me, always help me with information. Can't ever race without teammates. Definitely sponsors. Creative Hemp. Glad to have him on board. Get them back in victory lane. Spend a little bit. Bernie Breakdown. Those guys are doing some cool podcasts and stuff. So glad to see what they're doing. Get them in victory lane a little bit here, and yeah, just go out there, Watkins Glen next week, and try to do it again.
Yeah, extending the points lead here tonight with another win, your 5th of the season. Congrats, go celebrate, and be at the Glen.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.
Thank you. That car race winner here tonight. We're going to go to second place finisher, and that is going to be Keith Mayato for Team VSPEED. Keith, this is Adam in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, you were really the only guy there that had any shot at Zach Carr. You lead 21 laps here tonight. Started in the second place. You end up second here at the end, and it was you two fighting for it for the majority of this. He got the better of you there on the long runs, but still a solid race. How'd it feel from your perspective?
A little bittersweet, Nice solid run, but in the end, he ends up beating us. So we don't gain any points on him in the standings, but nice solid run nonetheless. That's what I need.
Yeah, it's been an up and down season for you. You definitely have had the speed, and tonight definitely showed you were the only one to end with him. We go to Watkins Glen. I know you're pretty good at that place. You're good at the road courses, and I think you'll contend with Zach there too. How do you feel about going out there?
I think it'll be the battle of the runner-up position against Zach for everyone else. But if he does what he did with us at Coda, we're in trouble. So once again, it's just hoping for a solid top 5 finish and try to, just dampen that blow in the lead he's going to put on us after next week.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It is going to be a growing points lead for him, but you keep yourself in contention here. A good, solid run at Las Vegas. The only guy to lead any double-digit laps here other than the 27, so give yourself a pat on the back for that. And anybody you want to give a shout-out to for the second place tonight?
Yeah, shout out to yourself, Adam, and the awesome job you do with VSPEED, and all my teammates for Seth posting the practice session and all the help that we all give each other. Simulators Anonymous for sponsoring the race tonight, and everyone at Below Double Yellow for running an awesome league.
Awesome, Keith. Well, great run here tonight, and way to keep it interesting for us as much as you could there. And we'll catch you next week at the Glen.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Right. Keith's not going to be the most excited about a runner-up finish in that one, but going to be a good race for him, good result nonetheless. We're going to go now to third place finisher Seth Hatchell, who was the pole sitter here tonight. Seth, you got a copy?
Picked up the wrong guy.
Oh, my bad. Hey, Seth, Adam in the VSPEED booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, Seth, well, it was probably a pretty quiet race for you. You were up there with those guys early on in the night. You did get the pole. You get a lap led, so a couple bonus points there. But you'll be moving to second in the point standings, trying to keep yourself within arm's reach of that 27 as we're working through the chase now. How does it feel to get a podium tonight and a nice solid result?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously, wish I could have finished ahead of the 27 there. He had us covered, and I'm sure Keith was talking about it. I know Keith and I were talking. We didn't have anything for him. I was running about as hard as I could, trying to get myself to focus real hard, hit my marks about as good as I could. I tried everything, mostly in 1 and 2, to try and get a turn. I just couldn't. He had us covered. But it feels good. Glad to be in second in points, but got to make some points on car here the next couple of weeks if I'm going to have a shot.
Yeah, we go to Watkins Glen next week, and those guys that finish 1-2 tonight, I think we usually go into the road courses thinking they're the favorites, but I know you've got some good speed at that racetrack. How do you feel about going out there and maybe contending for a win?
Yeah, I feel so-so. Honestly, I don't know if I probably have race winning speed. I guess I'm not sure yet because I haven't driven a road course with this next gen yet. Probably just trying to come out of there with a top 3 or so, and who knows, maybe Zach and Keith, AJ, or whatever will get into it. Maybe they'll have bad finish or whatnot, and I can get some points. But really, just hoping for a top 3 there.
Yeah, we'll see if you can back up the run tonight. You come in, you should be able to take that second spot and points away from AJ Stravato. He didn't have his best performance here tonight, but you did get the pole and the laps led, so you'd maximize the bonus points that you could, really, and a good, solid third place finish. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank Simulators Anonymous for being the race sponsor tonight, and all the sponsors of the league for letting us do what we do. Got to thank you, Adam, for doing a great job in the booth. Got to thank Nick and all the admins for doing a great job. All the drivers putting on a great race. It was a great race tonight. Having no cautions, and my team VSPEED.
Awesome, Seth. Well, congrats on a good, solid run here at Las Vegas, and we'll catch you at the Glen next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Seth Hatchell, P3. Let's go now to the results here tonight from Las Vegas. A pretty smooth race, no cautions. First time this season the field went green flag from start to finish, and Zach Carr, absolutely dominant fashion, takes the win here. His 5th of the season, his 11th career win, tying Keith Maotto and Seth Hatchell second on the all-time wins list behind AJ Stravato. Maotto finished second, Hatchell third. Chris Samard comes home in the 4th position. Good start to the chase for him. Eric Hutton as well, another top 5 in the chase. He'll come home 5th tonight. Cosman in 6th. Angelo Rona 7th. Nick Starling impressively 8th tonight. Dallas Sullivan, really good race as well, in 9th. And Eric Lambert, second top 10 of the season here at Las Vegas, in the 10th position. In 11th tonight, AJ Stravato going to lose some points to Zach Carr. Going to have to hope to rebound at the Glen. Jeremy Stanley finishes in 12th. 13th, Reggie Ortega. 14th, Jeremiah Vincent. 15th, James Loveland. 16th, Ben Baffert. 17th, Kevin McGarvey. 18th, Alan Dice. 19th, Seth Noel, who was a top 5 car. Just issues on the last pit stop put him behind. Timmy Emanuele rounds out the top 20. 21st, Zach Smith. 22nd, TJ Brendel. 23rd, Robert Gilmore. 24th, Dennis Faircloth. 25th, Kenny Bishop. 26th, Jordan Shepler. 27th, Kyle McGarvey. And rounding out the field, Ryan Gemmel in 28th. Going to be a big hit for him in the standings. Could very well take him out of championship contention. But a really good race here. Very clean and green. We love to see it. And Zach Carr dominating fashion. His 5th win of the season. Congrats to him and his team as we move to the Glen next week for the 3rd race of the chase. You won't want to miss that one right here on VSPEED Tuesday, 8:25 p.m. You can catch us right here on Thursday as well with the BMW Car Club of America. And that race is going to be from Imola. That one, their 9th race of the season. It's coming down to the wire in the championship over there, so tune on in for some road racing action Thursday night, 8:15. We're headed over to Twitch right after this for the VSPEED After Dark dirt race at Lanier. So tune on in. That'll be starting up in about 20 to 30 minutes over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/VSpeedSim. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to vote for your favorite video game paint scheme tonight. We will catch you all next week.